Again, let me bid you all good morning. My name is Terrence Affrey Anderson, and I'd like to get started here. I want to start with a scripture reading from 1 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 8. Let us celebrate the festival, not with the old leaven, the leaven of malice and evil, but with the unleavened bread of sincerity and truth. When I spoke with Tom Farrington about kicking off things this morning, he asked me to take a celebratory approach, and that's one of the reasons I wore this royal purple shirt. But this is the 10th annual summit, and it is indeed a great reason to celebrate because FIN, the Prostate Health Education Network, has brought nothing but great amounts of sincerity and truth in delivering the message of the importance of early prostate cancer screening, of prostate cancer awareness and advocacy, particularly in the African American community. As for my own self, I was diagnosed with prostate cancer. It was much of a surprise to me. I had been working as the Director of Public Relations and Marketing for the American Cancer Society South Atlantic Division, the African American Men's Health Forum. And the principal topic that we were addressing was prostate cancer awareness. And I had been in that position several years before I was myself diagnosed. And because I had been in that environment, I developed a great appreciation of the importance of early screening and detection, because that is exactly what happened for me. I was diagnosed early, and because I was diagnosed early, it gave me more choices in terms of how to resolve the situation, how to be treated. And I opted for brachytherapy, which seemed to make a lot of sense for me. My schedule, I keep a rather manic schedule, and I could do the brachytherapy, could have those radioactive seeds implanted, and go about my merry way. And it was a very prudent decision, and especially, again, because I got to it early. Because I got to it early, I suffered through very little of the side effects that people often experience when they get treated for prostate cancer. So I became a staunch advocate for early detection. I became a member of the FIN Survivor Network. This is my third summit that I've been attending. Mr. Farrington gave me the great honor of presenting me with an award in 2011 at the U.S. Capitol for my advocacy. And so it's something I feel very passionate about. And I will share another personal anecdote with you. When I was diagnosed, it was at a time where I wasn't being routinely screened for prostate cancer. But when I was diagnosed, I have two brothers, an elder brother and a younger brother. I'm the middle son, the one that's always independent. And I insisted that they be screened as well. And by the grace of God, they both were screened. And because of that screening, my eldest brother was diagnosed with prostate cancer. If he had not been screened, he would not have known. I have strong suspicions that my father, who died in '99, he died from Parkinson's, but I have strong suspicion that he had prostate cancer as well. So this is something I'm very, very passionate about, so much so that I came here. I was determined to come here despite the bug and despite my mother's failing health. It's just very, very important. So I'm a strong advocate for early detection. I'm so very pleased to see all of you here, and I applaud Mr. Thomas Farrington and Juarez Farrington and Artie Shelton and Dr. Carter and everyone for their diligent advocacy through the Prostate Health Education Network. What I'd like to do now is introduce Mr. Thomas Farrington. Tom Farrington is the founder and president of the Prostate Health Education Network Incorporated, FIN. He was diagnosed with prostate cancer in 2000, and his experience facing the disease was a catalyst for him to address the great need for education and awareness within Black America. He wrote and released his first book, Battling the Killer Within, in 2003, founded FIN in 2003, and released his second book, Battling the Killer Within and Winning, in 2005. FIN is now recognized as the nation's leading prostate cancer patient education and advocacy organization with a focus on African Americans. Mr. Farrington has a background as an information technology entrepreneur, having founded and led IT firms over a 30-plus year period. Ladies and gentlemen, do please put your hands together for Mr. Thomas A. Farrington.
Thank you, Terrence. Good morning. It is great to see so many smiling faces on our 10th anniversary. I want to welcome the audience here in Washington, and I certainly want to welcome the audience that's online joining us today. While I cannot see the online audience, I can certainly feel your presence. And Terrence, it's good to have you with us this morning, and thank you for being here and opening our 10th anniversary African American Prostate Cancer Disparity Summit. We have a great session planned for you today. In fact, we believe that we have 3 great sessions, and let me explain what they are. The summit has 2 days. This is our first day, and we will focus on a number of pressing issues for all men as it relates to their prostate health. But we were in particular focused on the things that we believe that African-American men, being at the highest risk for disease, really need to be aware of. So we have a series of outstanding speakers that will be with you today to talk about these issues. As we move through the day, we also have a reception this evening. And the reception is really one of the highlights of the summit because we began in 2005, and I want to thank my then Senator, John Kerry, for his support in helping us establish the summit. I went to Senator Kerry back in 2004 and said, Senator, you know, he's a fellow prostate cancer survivor and a friend, and we were talking about some of the things that we needed to do to address the African-American disparity. And I said, one of the things that we really need to do is to bring a greater focus to this disparity and pull together the medical experts. We need to pull together the policymakers, the survivors, so that we can begin a nationwide initiative that will help us eliminate this disparity. So after speaking with him, he said, Tom, we will do what we can. And so he was able to bring in Congressman Gregory Meeks out of New York, and I call Congressman Meeks my congressman. He's a member of the Congressional Black Caucus. Being from the state of Massachusetts, we don't have a member of the Black Caucus within our delegation. So we have adopted Congressman Gregory Meeks out of New York. So in 2005, Congressman Meeks and Senator Kerry hosted our very first Senate in the Raven House office building. And I'm forever grateful for those 2 leaders. As we know, Senator Kerry, who's now Secretary of State Kerry, has his hands full, and he has our prayers that he can make this world a better and safer place. But since that time, Congressman Gregory Meeks has been with us every year, and he is hosting us again this year at the CBC annual legislative conference tomorrow. But this evening, or this afternoon, we're holding our 10th anniversary reception. And 1 month after our very first summit in 2005, we had 18 members of the Congressional Black Caucus join us in our efforts and record awareness messages that we have used to promote prostate health around the country. And we are acknowledging those leaders, many of them who are still within the Congress today. A number of them will be with us this afternoon, and we're just going to have a great time. So today, here, we're going to deal with some pressing issues. This afternoon, from 3 to 6, we're going to have a good time. We're going to celebrate with some of the leaders that's been with us for these 10 years. And tomorrow at the Washington Convention Center, we're holding our session that will focus on FIN's outreach strategies. We have, since we began our rally against prostate cancer, we're really focused on mobilizing and educating Black America around prostate cancer. And so we're going to talk about the things that we've been able to accomplish with those efforts, and we're going to outline our plans moving forward. So those are the 3 sessions that make up our 10th annual African American Prostate Cancer Disparity Summit. And again, I'm glad to see all of you here today. I hope that you will have a very fruitful time learning about all of the good things that are happening, because there have been a lot of progress made in terms of new drug developments, in terms of new diagnostic tools when it comes to prostate cancer that were not there 10 years ago. And through the relationships that we have with our industry partners. And what can I say about our industry partners? We could not be here without the support of the partners that we have. And you will see within our programs and on our screen our sponsors and partners. But I just want to begin by saying thank you to all of our industry partners for helping us be able to produce this summit. So at this point, again, thank you, those of you who have joined us here. Thank you for those who have joined us online. And Terrence, I'm going to turn it right back to you.
All righty, thank you. There's someone that's speaking, please.